Hi, in this video we're going to be talking about securely wiping your Windows hard drive using Linux tools. So let's say you have a Windows computer and you need to securely wipe some data from, let's say, a secondary drive, or even wipe out your entire Windows drive. You could use these tools to do so. So some common reasons for this: let's say maybe you want to dispose of your computer because it finally died and you want to make sure your data is removed from the hard drive first. Or let's say you are giving away your computer to somebody else and you want to wipe out the Windows drive and all your files and leave them with a blank hard drive, and then that way they could install their own operating system and you don't have to worry about them getting access to any of your files. But of course you could do things such as delete files and empty the recycle bin, but of course there are ways to recover the files that way, so these methods are a little more secure. And plus it's a good way to kind of play around with Linux a little bit if you've never done so. Alright, so how we're going to do this is we're going to boot with a live Linux flash drive, or you could also do a CD if you like, if you still have one of those. And then we're just going to run Linux in RAM or in memory, so we're not actually going to install it. And then we're going to wipe the drives, and then you could just shut off the computer and you're done. Alright, so before we do that, we're going to go over some of the methods here, and then we're going to demonstrate a couple of them afterwards. Alright, so the first thing you might want to do is run lsblk to list all the drives, and that way you could find your Windows drive or your other drive if you have more than one. And then you want to look for the drive designations here, such as dev SDA, SDB, or for NVMe drives, they might show up such as NVMe 0 and 1. So one thing I recommend doing is kind of taking a look at your drive sizes if you have more than one, just to make sure you're wiping the right drive. But in most cases, your Windows drive should show up first and then any secondary drives after that. Alright, then you may run into a situation where you have to unmount the drive. It's usually not needed, but sometimes it is. But for the most part, when you're booting to a live Linux boot drive, the drives aren't going to be mounted anyways. But here's how you would do it. And you'll notice too, for these commands, we got to use the sudo in front of them. This allows you to run as root or as administrator, and so this is required for disk operations. All right, so now we're going to talk about 4 options you could use to wipe the drive. So these aren't the only 4, but these are pretty common. So the first one is the dd command for data duplicator. So this is also known as disk destroyer, because if you don't use it correctly, you could destroy the data on your drive. But in our case, that's what we want to do. And you could also use the dd command to clone a drive from one drive to another. So we just did a video on that. So I'll put a link in the description if you want to see how that works. All right, so there are a couple ways you could do this here. All right, so the dd command, it only does a single pass, and it's better for HDD or regular spinning disk drives, not for SSD drives. So one way you could run it is with the dev/0. And if you want to do it a little more securely, you could use the dev/urandom. So the choice is up to you on that. All right, then we have shreds. So if you're working with a traditional hard drive spinning disk, it's another option here. This may not be safe to use or effective for SSD drives. And this will do one full overwrite with zeros, which would be efficient. And here's the commands here. And if you want to do more passes, you could increase this number for extra security. So the V is for verbose, number of passes, and the Z is to make the final pass with zeros to make the disk look blank. All right, then if you are doing this on SSD drives, you could use the blkdiscard. So this sends a trim/discard command to the entire device. So trim is a command used by SSDs to mark blocks of data as no longer needed, and discard is the Linux equivalent of trim. All right, so here's the command here. And you just use the /dev and then the partition. So if you're just doing a single partition, you'll have to change this X to SDA or SDB depending on what you're trying to do. But for the most part, you're probably going to be doing the entire drive with all the partitions if you're trying to wipe it. All right, and then finally here we have the wipefs or wipe file system. So this only wipes the partition table, so this is like a quick way to do it. It's not as secure, and the data might still be recoverable. And when I say might, you'll have to know what you're doing to get the data back. So if you're not too concerned about it, you just want a quick way to wipe it, this might be the way to go. And then here's the command here. So wipe fs-a for all, and then your drive designation. All right, so let's hop on the Windows computer first just to see what we're dealing with, and then we'll boot up with our Linux boot disk here and try a couple of these out. All right, so let's take a look at File Explorer here. All right, so we have our 100 gig Windows drive, and then we have a 150 gig data drive. Let's also take a look at disk management. All right, so here's our Windows drive with our individual partitions, and here's our main Windows C drive here. That's using most of the 100 gigs. And then we have our data drive here with 150 gigs. And you'll notice too, once we boot up with the Linux boot disk, you might actually see additional partitions that disk management doesn't show. All right, so now I'm going to shut down the computer and boot up with my Ubuntu boot disk, and then we'll take the next step. All right, so when you first boot up, you'll have 30 seconds to make a choice here on the menu, but for the most part, the first one should be the one you want, unless you're having some problems with your graphics not displaying correctly. All right, so when it says try or install Ubuntu, this is just loading it into memory, so it's not going to install it, but you will actually have an option to install it when you do this if you really wanted to actually install Linux on your computer. All right, so I'm just going to press enter here. And by the way, you don't have to use Ubuntu. You could boot up with another live Linux version and do the same thing. But Ubuntu is pretty user-friendly, so that's why I'm using this one. All right, so when you boot up, you'll see the screen here that you could just close out because we're not trying to do anything like install it. All right, so now we're going to open a terminal here, which is like a command prompt in Windows. All right, so we're going to run the lsblk command first. And you can see here we have the two drives. So these are NVMe drives. So the 150 gigs for that secondary data drive. It's just showing it first here. And then 100 gigs for the Windows drive here with all the partitions. So here's the actual Windows C drive right there that we saw before. And like I said, this is the secondary E drive, and you can see it has this little extra partition here that disk management didn't show you. All right, so I'm going to now open a text editor here. I'm just going to copy this real quick so I make sure I have the right information. All right, so first we're going to start with the wipefs to wipe the partition. This is the quick method, and we're going to do it on this drive here. So copy this. So the command was sudo wipefs -a, and you have to put the /dev, even though it doesn't show there in the output above, and then make sure we have the right drive designation. So you can do it per partition here, but we want to wipe the whole drive, not just this individual partition here. All right, so let's see what this tells us. All right, so that was quick. All right, so now what we're going to do is boot back into Windows and see what that E drive looks like. All right, so you might want to remove your flash drive so it doesn't boot back into Linux. But then again, it might not, depending on how your computer is configured. Okay, so let's see what we have here in File Explorer. All right, so now you can see our Windows drive is still there, but that E drive is gone, even though it's not technically gone. So we're going to open Disk Management. So you can see it wants to initialize the drive here, so it wiped the drive and uninitialized it. So all we have to do is click OK. And now you can see we have a blank drive there. Then, of course, we could make a new simple volume, call it whatever you like, format it real quick, and now we're back in business. All right, so now we're going to go back into the Linux boot disk and we're going to wipe the Windows drive. All right, let's open up our terminal. So now we'll do the same command here, lsblk. So you can see we have our 150 gig blank drive back again. But technically there's nothing on it, even though you can't tell from here. All right, so now we're going to wipe the Windows drive and all the partitions that go along with it. We're going to use the dd command. So even though I said it's better for regular spinning disks, and this is technically an NVMe drive, it's really only a virtual NVMe drive because I'm doing this on a virtual machine. So this will not work properly in this case. So if you were working with a real SSD drive, you'd want to use the blkdiscard command. And if you were working with a spinning disk, an HDD, you could use the dd or the shred command. All right, so we're going to do the dd here. So I'm going to type out this long command here. All right, so the sudo dd. All right, so we're going to do the zero out option here of the dev/nvme0n2, which is this right here, which will do the entire drive. Otherwise, you could just put one of these here to do the specific partition if you just wanted to do the Windows one, for example. All right, so the block size is 64K and the status equals progress, so we can see the progress. All right, let's see what happens here. All right, so you'll see that this says copied, making it look like it's copying data, but it's actually not. It's just writing the zeros. So this will take a couple minutes, so I'm going to pause the video and then be back when it's done. Okay, so the process is completed here, and you'll probably see this message here, no space left on device, but that's normal because what it does is it keeps trying to write to the drive until it runs out of room. Okay, so now let's clear the screen here. So if we run lsblk again, you can see we have just the 100 gigs with no partitions on it, and that was the Windows drive. So now let's try and restart the computer into Windows and see what happens. All right, so you can see we get a Windows Boot Manager, no media. So obviously there's no Windows to boot with, so you're going to have a problem there. So obviously the computer is not going to be good for anything until you or somebody else installs an operating system on it. All right, let's go back to the slides real quick and do a quick review. All right, so the first step here we did was to run the lsblk to list the drives and make sure we find the one that we want. And like I said before, you should look at them in Windows first to make sure you have the correct drives picked out. Go by the size or the number of partitions, that type of thing. And then we did the dd command here for a spinning disk, an HDD. That's the one we just did here. And a couple ways you could do that depending on how secure you want to get. But if you're going to be doing it on an SSD drive, you should do the blkdiscard. And here's the command for that. And then this is another option for spinning disks. This will take a little bit longer because it does more than one pass. And then if you just want to do a simple wipe and do it the quick way, you could use the wipefs command. All right, so I'll try and put all this in the description so you'll have some notes there, and then you can try it out for yourself. All right, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe.